Well, hey there folks, Tip here, Stupid Gardener. Welcome back. Thanks for stopping by. Well, as you can see, our garden is just exploding. We're about 34 days in from our planting, and I tell you what, these tomatoes are just pushing through these cages. I have to keep going around and pushing the tomatoes together to get them to grow up inside these cages. And it's something I got to do every single day. And our squash and our zucchini and our green beans are growing. And I tell you, I couldn't be more happy with where we are after 34 days. So today I just wanted to go over a very light fertilizer that you can put on your plants. Now, I don't like bringing fertilizer in from outside. Don't use Miracle Grow or any of that man-made stuff. So I use a Compost Tea, and I've already used it a few times over the past month here, and it's something that I like to continuously do in my growing season to offset the watering that I do. So I just want to go over how I mix up my compost tea and how I use it. So stay tuned. Okay, over the past few weeks I've been screening off my compost, and I use my compost really also as a mulch that I'll put around my plants. I use it when I actually do my planting, but also we make a nice compost tea with our compost. So this is our screen compost right here. I just screened this off last week. It's been sitting here in this bucket here, and I've already made up some compost tea yesterday, but I'll just show you how I make it up here. So what I do, I just take a empty bucket. I got some compost tea here, and what I do, I just fill it up about, you know, a third of the way, 25% of the way or so. This is real good compost. It's mainly leaves. These are leaves that I got from my son's house back in December, and look how those have broken down, along with some greens and some kitchen scraps. So that's about maybe a quarter of the way filled up. And I got some water here that I'm gonna put in here. Now this water is right from our hose, and it's city water. And so what I do, I like to have the water sit. I'll pour it in here and just let it sit for 24 hours, 36 hours or so before I use it, and just let the sun kind of get off all that chemicals and stuff that the water department is going to put in there. And in fact, this week I got a little thing in the mail from our water department. It's kind of weird that I got this, and it was just listing the things that they test for, E. coli, fluoride, lead and copper. And I tell you, there's a list as long as your arm of the things that they have to test for before the water gets to us. Now, they have to really purify this water so we can drink it, we can cook in it safely, we can bathe in it. But I really would rather put compost tea on our plants rather than using the city water. Now, we live in kind of a new area here in North Carolina. We live close to Charlotte, North Carolina, and Lake Norman. And so there's a lot of new developments around here. So we don't have old pipes that would have lead in it and different things like that. The one thing I'd be concerned about is just all the disinfectants that go down your drain and end up in the reservoir, and then it's shot back to you. So, but they're testing all the time. But stuff can seep through. I mean, things happen. You hear about it all the time. So basically, what I do, I get this about a quarter of the way filled up, and we'll just put some water in it. And that has a nice consistency in there. And I always come by and I'll stir it as I'm working in the yard. I'll keep coming by and just stirring this up, really get it activated. And this will just sit, for, like I said, 24, 36 hours until it's ready to be put on all our plants. And let me get this one out of the way so I don't mistake this one for one that we're going to use. And here's one here that we already have done. I did this yesterday morning, and I've been stirring this around, and it's at a good consistency, and this will be perfect for us to put on our plants. Now, I usually strain this off just to get all this out and just have a nice mixture of water going in there. So but I'll show you how I do that. I've got this old screen here I used to use to screen off my compost, and I've kind of saved it. And this is what I use to screen off the compost tea, because I just want it just to be a liquid going on our plants. So let me dump some of this on here. Okay, we'll just let this kind of drain on through. Now, this here, I can just put back in this bucket and just use it again. I can probably continuously use this. So I'll put this back in this bucket. We'll put some more water on there. I'll let it, you know, sit for 24, 36 hours, and we'll have some more compost tea. You can also take this and just put it right around your plants. Be a perfect thing to do. This is a great mulch to put around your plants. So kind of let that soak all the way through, and we'll just put this over here. And so now we got a nice amount of nice compost tea water here that we can use. And now you can also put this into a spray bottle and you know, use your hose, I guess, and spray on your plants also. The way I like to water my plants, I like to do it from the bottom. I don't like to get the leaves on there. But if any of you on the YouTube follow Jeff Lawton, he is like the godfather of permaculture. He says that you can take this compost tea and just spray it all over your leaves, and that's a direct nutrients that'll go right into your plant rather than putting it into the roots. The way I'm going to do, I'm just going to water on the bottom underneath the tomato plants and all the plants out here rather than put it on top. And this is something I'll probably do this whole week. I'm just going to keep doing it, and each night when I come home from work, the compost tea that I've made, I'm going to go ahead and just start watering. Now, you saw how big our garden is, so it's something I'm going to have to do continuously for a whole week to get it all done. So let's go over and we'll water some of our plants, and I'll just show you how I water them. Okay, it's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's really not a good time to do any watering. The sun's up, it's real hot and humid. So usually I will wait probably till after 6, 7 o'clock and come in and do all this watering, but for the sake of the video, I'll do it now because I'll be tied up later. So this is a nice Cherokee purple tomato, and I got 2 of these. So really all I do is just really give it a good soaking. Now, you can never ever give this too much. It's a very light fertilizer. You can you're not going to burn this plant at all. All you're doing is just helping out this plant. This will get right down to that root system. And I tell you what, if you have a plant that's struggling, that the leaves are, you know, wilting away, any plant you have, you put some of this compost tea on there and watch how it comes back to life. And like I said, I have a lot of plants there. I believe I have, I think, 22 tomato plants. And you know, I got the zucchini and the squash, so I'm really gonna have to make up a lot of compost tea to get this all in. But it's just something you got to be consistent in doing, and you will see the results. Okay, so that's a great fertilizer that's homemade, that's free, that you can put on your garden. And it's not hard to do, just got to be consistent. And so if you got a compost pile, use it. Use it to water your garden. And I tell you what, like I said, we're only a month in on this garden, and I tell you what, it is going great. You know, this is a no-dig, no-till, wood chip garden, and everything is just taken off. So if we can just use this compost tea as a natural, organic, light fertilizer to feed our garden, why not? Saves us going down to the big box store and buying something that you don't know what's in it. So just keep that in mind. But anyways, I want to thank everyone for watching. Don't forget that we are on Instagram. We have a Facebook page, The Stupid Gardener. And if you are not a subscriber, stop what you're doing, go down there, hit that subscribe button, and just follow along and see what our garden does over the next couple of months and how much harvest that we get off of here. So I want to thank everyone for watching. Everyone have a great day. God bless everybody. Did you hit that subscribe button?